Greetings.
17 days in a row.
Day 17 of our 31 Days of August challenge.
It's going pretty well. We're doing a good job.
I had a slight blip yesterday. Just a slight
Well,
blip. But
little
then,
bit.
it's 17 days in. You're going to have,
Not every day is going to be perfect. And even today, right? Today we're going for a 15-minute episode because again, I am here at the lovely OLC in Rosemont, and we have translation still goes on today and tomorrow. Fortunately, I'm looking at everybody monitoring the translation.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, it's so cool. We got all this going on, and and we can still do this. It's cool. So, what we talked about today then? What's the topic?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying. Question: what is the topic for today? What are we discussing?
So today we're actually discussing PromptSmart. A cool tool. It is a teleprompter. But I think that before we talk about teleprompters for your little event, we should back the truck up a little bit. And teleprompters aren't just for television newscasters and things like that. Anybody can use a teleprompter, right? If you have an executive director that normally gets up and opens a conference or a meeting or whatever it happens to be, and they have that stack of papers and they read from the papers, right? No, that can actually be done with a teleprompter, especially the type of one that we're going to talk about today. They're not necessarily for the evening news. They're not just for politicians. Even if you have someone who records a weekly podcast or YouTube channel for your organization, that person can use a teleprompter.
And it's not just for video. You can use it for a podcast, for example.
Absolutely.
As far as I can see, there's like two types of people. There's going to be the ones who you can't explain it. They've got it in their head. They can just talk. Either because they're practiced or they're really good at just remembering what they're going to talk about and don't rush it, and they're just consummate experts. It's brilliant. But then there's the other kind of person who has to have it written down and has to see it and read from it. And I'm not one of those. I'm one of those people who need to have something written down. I'm not really that brilliant at doing things off the top of my head. So I can see something like PromptSmart being really useful for that sort of person.
Yeah, well, and I'm the same as you. I need it written down, but I'm good with bullet lists, right? Hence, like the name of the show, right?
Yeah.
If you just have a bullet list for me of whatever the topic is, and then each point we need to make, I can fill in the in between parts. But when you're looking at someone like we have a client every year that during their annual conference they do an awards dinner, right? And during the awards dinner, someone, each person that has to go up and introduce the next award winner, you may not know anything about them, right? You kind of know that this won that award, but that's paragraphs of information about this group that you would normally write down and then skim it as you're going through your talk. Teleprompt that.
Yeah. I can see it also curing another problem, which is if you're doing a podcast where audio is everything, if you're shuffling through bits of paper, it's going to pick it up. If you then tap it on the table where your microphone's sitting, that's going to pick it up. And also, there might be a tendency to go, oh, am I on this page? Or if I skipped a page, and then you get a little bit, and then there's a pause, and you have to do some editing. Yeah.
Well, and you got to make the font. I'm of a certain age, man. You got to make that font huge.
Yeah. Well, with PromptSmart, and just going from the front page, and obviously we'll put the link in the show notes. The cool thing about PromptSmart is it's actually keeping an eye on what you're saying, and will move the text up automatically for you.
We may have a translation issue.
Oh.
We're all good.
Oh, lovely. Good. We carry on then.
See, so if you're live at your event, right, and you are broadcasting on a daily basis, there are things that are going to happen, right, like that. I'm listening to what's going on, and I'm watching faces, right, they're in front of me, so I'm watching what's going on, and I'm watching those faces, and then I hear all the audio drops to zero. I'm like,
ooh, what's going on?
Right?
Yeah.
But it all worked itself out.
That's good. Okay.
I'll let you know what it was though. The speaker took a long pause.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
So back to PromptSmart.
Back to PromptSmart. So yeah, as I say, the neat thing about PromptSmart is it can keep track with you. So the text is going to scroll up by itself by keeping your ear out. It monitors your audio, so it knows this has a good idea of where you are within the text and move it up appropriately.
Yeah, which is really great for speakers who are the pausey kind, like I was just paying attention to across the way here, because then it will actually stop when you stop. If you are the type of speaker that uses your hands and looks up and around and things like that, it will monitor you. But it can also just scroll at a continuous preset speed, which is great for again, newscasters are my main people who would use that. But I think anyone who wants to, maybe if you're reading off an awards thing or something, it'll just go at a continuous speed so that there are no pauses.
In a newsroom situation where you're reading to camera, there might be timing issues, like you have a 30-second gap, so that text will scroll at the correct speed to fill that gap.
Exactly.
If you're talking at a conference or a meeting or on a podcast or on a video, then having it keep pace with you is the advantage. That's the thing that you would want.
Yeah, and I have it does a couple other really cool things, right? Like you're not limited to the one screen. So, and it can be on multiple devices. So the cool thing about PromptSmart is you can have it running on the confidence monitor in front of you on the stage, but you can also have it up on other monitors. Or you can even, in the case of a podcast or doing video, you can even have it on your phone. So multiple.
Tablets, laptops, phones. Just looking at the starter pack, $10 a month or $100 for the year, $100. You got the iOS and Android apps. There's a Studio Edition for Windows and Mac OS, web-based document editing and cross-platform content sync. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It's really, really cool just for the $10 a month.
Well, it really is cool, right? And some of the things that I really love is it has different fonts. So you can change the font on certain words to ensure that you're getting the right inflection. Right, you can change the height of the font. Like again, for me, being of a certain age, you're going to want that font a little bit bigger so that you can read it.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear, but it's absolutely chucking it down with rain at the moment. We've had like a couple of weeks of blistering temperatures, and the last couple of days it's done nothing but rain. It's brilliant.
I get it. It is lovely after it's hot for so long.
Yeah, we really need it. So anyway. Again, so there's a starter pack for $10 a month. There's the team version, £20 a month, and then the enterprise version, which they dare not put the price on, which is fine. That's
yeah, you don't want to know how much it is. A couple of things that I do want to point out is remote control on the team version of this, so that someone else can actually control it. And then you can actually have profiles for different speakers, which is kind of cool if you're in the Teams version.
Yeah. I think for anybody who's trying to put that little bit of a professional edge to what they're doing, whether it's audio, video, or whatever it happens to be, then it's something you should consider. Because not everybody's an expert speaker, and you may need a little help, and this seems to be the thing to do it.
And it's not the only game in town, right? There are other teleprompters out there. There's even a couple of really good free ones that I found for iOS that are in the App Store. That again, they're limited, but they do the text thing where it'll move as you speak and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're desperate, you could go with a word processing document. Google Docs, Word doc, whatever. You could do it that way, but then you've got to pause and just lean over and just scroll up a little bit. Realize where you're starting from. It wouldn't be as smooth as this would be.
Yeah, I will say the biggest thing with using a teleprompter, the most important thing that anyone can do is practice. You do not walk up onto stage and use a teleprompter for the first time. You will get destroyed.
Yeah, it's gonna catch you out because all of a sudden it's gonna start moving. You go, oh, what the hell's going on? So yeah. Practice.
Having been the guy in the AV booth, a million times. I have seen people walk up and use a teleprompter, and they're amazing. I have watched people walk up, have never used a teleprompter before, and we all just kind of shake our heads and go, okay, we'll make them look and sound as best as they can, but that's about all we can do.
Yeah, not much you can do. Oh, we got thunder going on now. This is getting exciting. Live recording, everybody.
Gotta love that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a really cool tool. We'll put a link in the show notes and make sure everybody knows about it. And yeah, give it a go.
Yeah, give it a try. You know what? It's one of those things that got a free trial. It doesn't hurt to give it a try. So go and check it out. And there you go.
Yeah. Cool.
I just dropped my phone.
Well done.
But you know what? You know what wasn't on my phone?
What would that be, Keith?
Where you can find us on the web at bullet-list.com.
Oh, yes. Master of segues. You absolutely are. Yeah.
There you go.
You should have been a DJ. You'll be fine. Okay. Yes. So any further updates, check out all our usual places, which we read out every episode. So we're on Facebook at the Bullet List group. Planner Wire, Event Planner News page as well. And obviously all of these episodes are going to be living on our YouTube channel. We have a playlist and you can find it all on there. So please subscribe, hit the notification bell, write it down on a piece of paper or ask a friend about you.
There you go.
So there you go.
All right, Bob, till tomorrow.
Until tomorrow. Take care, everybody.